We welcome you into Dorman Arena in Roebuck, South Carolina. This is SUVtv's coverage of the 2015 Farm Bureau Insurance Classic here. We are underway. Winners bracket on the second day. It is the Hillcrest Rams out of South Carolina taking on the Wellington Wolverines. I'm Joe Hillsman. I'm joined by Antoine Bennett and Ken Jones. And guys, we've had the loser bracket games already. Now we get into the bracket play where you continue to go on for a championship. Two teams that won yesterday. Who's feeling the most pressure so far?
I'll tell you, I think Wellington has to feel the pressure. I saw them play yesterday. I'm familiar with the Hillcrest team, so they're going to play a nice half-court offense. We'll just have to see how it goes.
Hillcrest is in the white. Wellington is in the black. The shot is up and no good by Cameron Piles. Offensive rebound coming through for the Hillcrest Rams. It'll be Cameron Piles, Austin Cowell, Lavis Madden, C.J. Saunders, Kendall Massey, and Jaquan Holmes, the starting five. And you can take Lavance Madden out of that starting five. That's 6, not 5. So it is Piles, Cowell, Saunders, Massey, and Holmes. For Wellington, it'll be Trent Frazier, number 1, Alex Dedon, number 2, Lester Gates, number 11, number 22, Nick Brown, and number 23, Sage Sheen Young. And you want to keep your eyes firmly affixed to number 1 of Wellington, Trent Frazier, 32 points yesterday in the opener in a victory over South Atlanta. So Wellington working with it down in the block, kick it around the wing. There's a stop. He wanted to pull the 3. Gates now going to hesitate, fly off the rim, no good, and a rebound is going to come down to Piles. Hillcrest now going to push it. Hillcrest made it to the Final Four last year in South Carolina. Man, an epic ball game they had against Wade Hampton. I think that was the quarterfinals, a 2 overtime deal. Long 3, right wing. Piles is no good. Rebound hits the floor or out of bounds, and it will be Wellington Wolverine basketball. Wellington coming in out of Florida, Class 8A, and that's District 9 if you're familiar with the area. Coming in with a record of 11-3, and they can put the ball in the basket almost 73 points a game. They are defending the basket well as well, 58.4 points a game. A foul across the way, and that looks like it'll be on C.J. Saunders. That'll be his first. We are in the perch. We are not down by the scorer's table. And with the new high school public address rules, we'll have to track the fouls ourselves. That's not a foul. Traveling down there, a turnover by Alex Dedon.
Yeah, we'll see if Hillcrest can do something with his turnover here.
Always like to get points off of the turnover. No score, and we come up on 2 minutes gone by here in this opening quarter. Hillcrest again in the white. Wellington, the Wolverines, are in the black. Baseline, kick it back out to the top. Now going to hesitate, go down the line, driving, is Saunders scooping and scoring. C.J. Saunders.
Now that's Saunders' game there. He's going to drive it. He's going to penetrate all game. Head down and go.
Cracks the seal on this one. We're in a 2-0 ball game, and Trent Frazier is between the rings. With the left hand, stop, picked up his dribble on a cut on the backside to Dedon. It's no good. Rebound tipped around. Rebound is going to be corralled underneath, up and in, good. He kept his feet in bounds. Alex Dedon, and he has the first 2. For Wellington, we're tied at 2. Oh, both teams score on back-to-back possessions after neither scored for the first 2 minutes. There's a long topside 3. Good. Show the range, big fella. Jaquan Holmes with a 3.
That's a luxury point there for Holmes there. That's not nothing they're going to see all game.
As the young ones say now, it's only 19-9. They need to push it back. There's a pump fake. Gates going to go. Now spin the lane, open up. He flipped it up. No, and he got fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Foul will be on number 30, Kendall Massey, and going to the free throw line, Lester Gates. Gates coming off a 16-point effort in the victory over South Atlanta yesterday. Free throw is good from Gates. Gates, when we talked about free throw shooting, at least I do a lot, but from the field yesterday, Gates was 6 of 8, excuse me. He only missed 2 3-pointers, and he hits both of these free throws here to give Wellington a 1-point deficit. They trail 5-4. Saunders holding on the right wing for the Hillcrest Rams. Setting up the offense. Gets a sometimey screen, doesn't use it. Now they'll set up their offense and run the action off the back door. Kick it off. There's a pop shot. The 3 was there. He didn't want to take it. Cal will, so he feeds the post. In the Holmes pivoting with the left foot, turn, shot is up, no good. Offensive rebound put back by Saunders. C.J. Saunders off the weak side with the offensive rebound and put back.
Johnny on the spot there, Mr. Saunders.
Sage Chin Young set it up. There's a steal. Cut the passing lane, slam dunk. Cameron Piles is in the book with a steal and jam. It's 9-4. Look like Hillcrest now trying to pick up the intensity, denying the passing lanes and trying to on the defensive end. Here's Wellington. Gonna go with Frazier. Frazier kicks it back out to the top side. Didon gonna drive, Euro stepping, and let's see. Will be a foul on the floor. Coach Matt Collin standing with his hands on his hip and giving instructions. He's the head coach of the Wellington Wolverines. Matt Russell, the head coach of Hillcrest, he wanted to travel, kind of looked like a mini Euro step there. They're gonna say he was in the act of shooting, so he'll be going to the free throw line. No, he tried to sell it. They will inbound it underneath their own basket. Frazier is the trigger man. He kicks it back out now to Chin Young. Young back over to Frazier. Frazier off the right wing with the left hand. Now goes crossover. Now going to try to go down the baseline. Stop. Good help coming in. Shot is up. No. Offensive foul. Offensive foul on Trent Frazier, trying to force the action and picked up the offensive foul and turnover.
Kendall Massey holding his ground.
You know, a lot of kids, they lost their art of taking charges now. You know, they don't want to get their body up.
Yeah, don't get me on that soapbox. Everybody want to play the game, but don't take a risk. There's a float off the window, no good. Back iron rolled off on a foul underneath the basket, and it will go on Wellington. And looking upset at the call is Alex Didon.
That's one thing to watch for this game, Didon's fouls. He got in foul trouble last game. And you want to watch for.
Yes, collected his first one there. There's Russell. Russell walked up out of here, counted in the foul. Jaquan Holmes and one. He walked. They didn't call it. He used the window, and he's got to go to the free throw line for the three-point play the hard way, and they pushed the lead out quietly and quickly to 7. Holmes free throw, back iron, hill of the rim, no good. Rebound, Lester Gates. He ripped that thing down, and now here come the Wolverines. Gates steps into a three, in and out, no. Back tap gonna come to Russell. Russell gives it over, and here come the Rams. And there's Cowell. Cowell now between the legs, discus screen, top side, stop, picked up the dribble. Now goes over to the left side. Saunders now gonna operate the offense again. He wanted a screen, it's not there, so they come through on the backside, and there is Piles. Piles now looking to feed into the post. Good denial defense for the moment by Nick Brown. Nothing there, so the Rams will set it up and operate again. We go under 3 minutes. Penetrate, kick over, Piles, right wing, three on the line, good. Cameron Piles, a three ball. And a 10-point lead with 2:48 to go, and he almost ripped his cookies in the backcourt. Here's Frazier. Frazier gets it up ahead. There's Didon. Didon, in and out dribble, went nowhere. Now cross-court pass to Gates. Gates hard dribble, gave it off to Brown. Brown got it blocked. He tried to take it up, he got it blocked. And now here come the Rams back in transition. It's a slow break all the way. Saunders, foul on the play by Frazier. Hillcrest men right now at the moment trying to seize control and command the pace.
Good little run by Hillcrest right now.
You know, I spoke to some of the Hillcrest players after the game yesterday. They say, Coach, it's just a little too early for us. A little too early. Now, I told them I want to see something at 4 o'clock tomorrow.
They roll the ball out on the floor. I don't care what time it is. It's time to go play ball. C.J. Saunders with a free throw. I love the experience of speaking of here. My second year here at the Farm Bureau Insurance Classic, and they do a fine job. Double-sided brackets. You got the Farm Bureau Insurance Classic bracket, and then you got the Bojangles bracket. Free throw, second one is off, no good. Rebound, Sky down by Gates. Gates now beginning to clean some glass. Gates swings it over into the ball game now as Brian Williams. Gates steps in, foot on the line. The shot is off, glances off the rim. Rebound is going to come down to Cowell. And here come the Rams. Hillcrest pushing it in transition. Going to go all the way. Dump it off. Nice move. Up it in Holmes. Jaquan Holmes having himself quite a first half, and they'll call a timeout. 17-4. They raced that lead out to 13. Jaquan Holmes has shown the range, has shown the game he can put it on the floor, now scoring in transition.
I tell you, make that coach call a timeout right here with 2 minutes and 11 seconds in the first quarter.
Yeah, he seems to be bringing all facets of the game to play right now.
2:11 to go, 17-4. Joel Hillsman, glad to be here with you. Antoine Bennett and Ken Jones joining me on the broadcast. This is the SUVtv.com, and it is the 2015 Farm Bureau Insurance Classic here live from beautiful Dorman High School. Now, other people inside of this state will consider this Dorman University. But it is a high school, and it is a very, very beautiful high school, and we're in the Dorman Arena. It is not a gym, trust me.
It is the arena.
It is one of my favorite high school venues. But, you know, a nice little NBA preseason game to go on up in here. I know a D-League game could.
You're exactly right on that.
Wellington now out of the timeout, going to try to stop the bleeding with an alley. No oop. And it's going to come away, and they're going to steal it. Ball on the ground. And let's see, we got a foul whistle down underneath, and let's see, will we stay on this end of the floor? Wellington in the black from Florida, moving right to left. Hillcrest from South Carolina moving left to right. The foul is going to be a loose ball foul against Wellington. It will be their 5th team foul. So, man, they are racking up the fouls already as we're just under 2 minutes to go. They only have one more to give before the bonus. Top side, bouncing it. Good little backdoor. Russell couldn't take it. It's a turnover. And here comes Didon on a slow break. Didon looking for something. And a foul, or did he call carrying? Carrying violation. Put that hand up under the ball. And that's another turnover. So the turnovers now, Wellington off the top of my head, that's 4.
Exactly right.
I knew the full court press was about to come. Got to stop the bleeding somehow.
It begins on the defensive end, but right now Wellington needs to find a way to get a hoop. Good dump off. Holmes a layup good. Jaquan Holmes having himself one whale of a first quarter. 9 points in the quarter. It's 19-4. They pushed the lead out to 15 now. And they made it look rather easy. Frazier drives, now kicks over the young Williams who checked in off of the bench. Brian Williams, now he's attacking. Down the lane, shot, flip wildly up, no good. Rebound come down to Cameron Powell. The Rams wanted to run, but they had to bring it down. Austin Cowell now. Cowell with the dribble, and he's going to stop to the free throw line, back it back out between the rings. Glance back over and take a look at Coach Ramsdale, and they'll set up the offense. Under a minute. On the right side, gets the screen, and they pop it out. Yeah, I just go to Holmes now. Everything will go to him. There's a float by Austin Cowell, no good. He tipped it back up, no. Holmes on the glass, no. They fight for it again, tip, fight, no, out of bounds. And let's see. It will stay here. Padding the stats offensively, Kenneth Jones now will check in for Hillcrest.
And right now we have a tale of 2 different teams here. This Wellington team came out very hot in the first game. Hillcrest came out slow.
Pump fake. Put it on the floor. Holmes, foul line jumper. No. Glanced off to the right. Good contest. Gates gets the rebound. Long outlet pass. A bad one. It is stolen by Jones. Jones off the bench and grabs him a steal. Also into the contest is Dylan Madden, number 10 for Wellington. Last shot time for the Rams. 25 seconds first quarter. It has been a very, very commanding first quarter for the Hillcrest Rams. You look up and it's a 15-point game. I don't think it feels like that, but that's what it is. Well, here's Saunders. Saunders with the hesitation, spin at the foul line, kicked it over. Jaquan Holmes showing the range again. His second 3, Jaquan Holmes. That's what you call a stretch 4 right there. 22-4, into 1 right here. SUVtv.
Time for Riding Shotgun with a Gunslinger. Tough questions for football tough guy, Brett Favre.
Wow.
Dear Brett, I have a truck, so people always ask me to help them move. What should I do? First, go to favrates.com for a great auto quote from Farm Bureau. Then tell people you'll help them move as long as you can move in with them. Problem solved.
Great answer. Get your quote with local agents, great rates, and fast claims at favrates.com. From Farm Bureau Insurance.
Around here, we grew up in the kitchen. We learned how to cook when our parents taught us what their parents taught them. At Bojangles, our master biscuit makers use traditional Southern recipes too, from scratch, the old-fashioned way. It's harder, but it's better. Around here, kitchens have always brought folks together, and we're going to make sure they do for a long time to come. Head to Bojangles and try our country fried steak on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Joe Hillsman, welcome you back to Dorman Arena. I'm joined by Anton Bennett, and Ken Jones. 22-4 as we go to the second quarter. The story is Jaquan Holmes with 11 points for the Hillcrest Rams. A mentioned Hillcrest last year on the hardwood, making it to the finals. The football team won the state finals that same year, so last year was a pretty good year. They fell a little short this year in football, and now here on the basketball floor in the early going, it's 22-4, and the first time I've laid eyes on them, can't complain when you're up 18 after 8 minutes.
Exactly right about that.
Gates is at the free throw line. Going to hit the first after he got fouled, and that'll be his 3rd point of the game. He's 3 of 3 from the stripe. Only one made field goal in that first quarter from Wellington. They have 6 points. 4 of them have came from the free throw line. So now here comes Hillcrest, 22-6. I lost count of how long that run was. It was long, trust me. Now swinging it and holding it between the rings is Cowell. Cowell over on the right side to Powell. Powell going to put it down. That's Saunders, excuse me. Saunders going to drive. Pass is stolen. Shot the passing lane, coming away with it now. Foul. Foul will be on Kenneth Jones. That'll be his first. And the team's 4th.
Now that's a turnover for Hillcrest. You know, I think probably their first or second turnover of the game.
They have not had many. Maybe second, but they have not had many turnovers, and that is their 5th foul. So now let's pay attention to the fouls, because each team with 1 more to give with 7:33 to go here, we could be shooting free throws for quite a while in this first half. There's Gates down the lane, a slow move. Shot is up, no. Rebound going to be ripped out of there. Good board by the young fella, R.J. Kane off the bench, grabbing boards already. Now going behind the back is Saunders. Saunders gives it up and now hands it to Jones, who pulls a 3. Good. Kenneth Jones, a long ball, and that is their 4th three-pointer of the ball game.
They're clicking on all cylinders right there. Come off the bench, make you a deep 3.
That means you was ready.
They're ready.
There's a long left-handed 3 by Frazier. Back iron, no good. Rebound, power dribble. Nick Brown up, offensive foul. You know the problem with that. He brought it down for the power dribble. If you just jump hook that thing back up in there from 9-10 feet, you're good.
That's right.
Offensive foul and a turnover. That is the 6th foul on Wellington. So Hillcrest on the next foul by Wellington will be at the line for the 1-and-1. 25-6, a 21-point game right now, and we've played 9 minutes. Second quarter action from the Dorman Arena. Glad that you're with us. Winners bracket. Our next game coming up, well, all of them are going to be good, so might as well. Gainesville, Florida, and Spartanburg, South Carolina. Next, right here on the main floor. Here, home all the way. Hesitate. Put it up with the left hand. Good. Sage Chin Young with his first field goal.
St. Young was pretty impressive yesterday also in their win. Good combination of guards they got.
Got to get them going right now.
Yes,
Want to see something a little bit more from Frazier. Frazier had 32 yesterday. Lester Gates put in 16 yesterday. Bounce pass on the break. Back-to-back hoops by Sage Chin Young. Those are fast break points right there, and the lead now trimmed to 15. Hillcrest has kind of went to their bench slightly, and I don't think it's affected the game that much, but a quick little burst here by Wellington. And now Nick Brown employing his teammates defensively to let's get a stop and let's go. 6-0 run. There's Saunders down the lane easy. C.J. Saunders. Yeah, can't stop the ball. You can't ask for defensive help, and then you're not there when you come right down to your driveway. Not even on the 75.
Was coming as a different team, but Hillcrest is just holding their own. Oh, looks like we will get some shots.
Yeah, he's gonna spin that ball down there. That's what he should have done. And going to the free throw line will be Austin Cowell.
So we got C.J. Saunders up there.
Saunders, okay, 5, excuse me. All right, C.J. Saunders at the line, where he is 1 of 2 on the day, and he has 7 points already in the contest in a 27-10 ball game. Stop that little 6-0 run. Saunders through his free throw routine, 1-and-1, front end, no good. Rebound by Gates. Mr. Gates is getting the glass here for Wellington. Here's the attack now by Deion Don into the backcourt. lost it. It's going to be a steal. No, they're going to recover it. And here's Sage Chin-Young in the backcourt. Down a bad foul in the backcourt on a loose ball, and that will be called on R.J. Kane.
Yeah, it's a bad foul there, especially the foul trouble they have right now, getting close to the bonus.
Yep, that was the last foul to give. So we'll set it for you. It'll be Frazier, Dadon, Nick Brown, Sage Chin-Young, and Lester Gates, the five on the floor for Wellington. For Hillcrest, it is the man, my man, Jaquan Holmes, and then Austin Cowell along with Cameron Piles, C.J. Saunders, and Kenneth Jones. Inbound back to Sage Chin-Young. He holds it, left hand dribble now to the left wing to Frazier. Trent Frazier, crossover dribble, going to drive. Euro stepping to the hoop, layup off the window, good. A nice move, his first field goal by Trent Frazier. Kane set the screen. They were unable to find him, so Jones will hold it between the rings, and he'll look at that man-to-man defense. And more like a man zone now, the way they're moving it, and a 5 count.
Timeout.
Nope, call a timeout. So let's see, Coach Ramsdale did not see anything that he liked there. With 4:39 to go, their lead is trimmed down to 15. It was high as 21 at one point, and then a 6-0 run from Wellington. Gentlemen, what do we need to see from Wellington here over the next 4:35 to close this second quarter strong?
Well, I think they need to get the pressure up on defense. You know, right now we just saw some good pressure defense where they couldn't penetrate. Get some turnovers off that defense and get some easy fast break points. That's pretty much what they need to do right now to get back in this game.
Hillcrest can just stay with what they're doing, still attacking the basket. They're getting all the rebounds. It seems like they're just, I mean, they have their number now. I mean, we've got a long way to go, but it still seems like Hillcrest has their number.
Hillcrest with a 15-point lead, and they come out of the 32nd timeout. They do make one substitution. Kyle Garrett now is checked in. There's a nice drive, layup rolling home, good by Austin Cowell. And that'll be his first field goal. They push the lead out to 17. Frazier.
Pretty much goes to what I said about that defense. They need to stop penetration.
Yeah, it has been a problem. They are getting whatever they want in the paint. Shot is no good. Rebound by Dedon. Dedon going to put it back up. It rolls off. And then Jaquan Holmes rips down the rebound, secures it, gets the defense off of him, and then hands it to the ball handler in C.J. Saunders. Saunders over the forecourt with the right-hand dribble, belt high, kicking it off on the wing. Jones won it, coming off on that baseline. Ball pop free, tip, out of bounds. It will stay with Hillcrest.
Hillcrest playing with a lot of confidence right now.
I think the point you make, though, about them getting in easy points in the paint, of course I'm not tracking that, but I would have to say they would have a decided advantage because they are getting stuff in the paint very easily outside of Holmes stepping out for three, and they've used the long ball, so they're scoring inside, they're scoring outside, and they commit a rare turnover. Frazier, steal, layup, no, foul. He'll go to the free throw line, and Kendall Massey had to give up that foul because he helped commit that turnover off the inbound.
And like you said, rare turnover. The score is pretty much dictating what the score is now with the turnover differential.
Well, Trent Frazier, his first trip to the free throw line today, and the first one is good. Wellington, if there is a bright spot right now, 5 of 5 as a team from the foul line. And, of course, it worked.
And as soon as you said it.
The one thing that was going for them, I opened my mouth and then it stopped. Here is Austin Cowell, the Saunders. Saunders gets the screen from Holmes, not solid, but goes around it. Now looking and hands it off now to Garrett, who just checked in. Garrett seeing his first burn here in this contest. Here's Austin Cowell going to drop it off to Holmes. Holmes away from the basket, puts it on the floor. Now peels it back and gives it to Saunders. Very patient now, Hillcrest on this possession. They have the size matchup, but can't get it down there.
Right, there's a big mismatch down there.
And what you got, they got to clear. See, I'm not finna go to coaching. I don't coach, but they got to clear that out. You got to help your teammate. Kick it to the corner. Now he's going to pump fake it. He still has the mismatch down here. Swing the ball around the horn. On a drive baseline, now a tough pass, turnover. And then he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm piggybacking off you right now. You got to clear out that space for him, and the spacing with the passer. You got to come up a little bit. One man guarding two people.
KYP, know your personnel.
Exactly.
Whenever you got a little man on a big man, there's no reason. Garrett didn't even touch the ball. He didn't touch it. That's one thing, though, that's what you'll see in film, because that possession there, I guarantee you, will be a prime example of something that's broken down on film.
Exactly right.
Holmes had to corral the pass. Entry passes to the post, a little suspect that I've seen from Hillcrest, but they have a 16-point lead. 2.5 to go here in the second quarter. Massey now gives it over to Cowell. Cowell going to attack, kick out, penetrate the three. Good. C.J. Saunders. They just set it up so beautifully, and that is the 5th three ball of the day for the Rams, and they push their lead back out to 19. Got it blocked, and the layup is going to be no good. Rebound going to come down to Cowell. I will correct myself. The biggest lead is 19. It was not 21. It was 19 was the biggest lead, and that's tied for it right now. Down low, Holmes, don't care, body, shoulder, no good. Tip on the offensive glass, no. Rebound hit the floor, now they fight for it. Garrett, power dribble, falling back, shot up, no good. Rebound ripped down by Didon, and now here comes Wellington. Wellington into the forecourt. Didon kicks it in the corner. Frazier, the pass wasn't clean, couldn't catch it in the shooting pocket. Gates, stop, feeding the post. There's Didon with Massey on him. Massey, everything from the floor to the ceiling, good move.
They worked hard for that basket.
Yes, they did.
That's the old saying, good defense, better offense. Massey, though, I like that positioning. He had everything from the floor to the ceiling. Hands were straight up.
Exactly right.
Kick it outside. There's Garrett. Garrett on the left wing, puts it on the floor, across the lane. There goes Holmes with that sweet, pretty jumper. No good. It was long this time. Rebound by Gates. Lester Gates now with a high dribble, brings it into the forecourt, approaching 70 seconds. He traveled, no call, tried to feed the post, playground justice. A steal. Holmes now gives it up ahead, and here comes C.J. Saunders as we come up on 1 minute. They go here in the first quarter. Saunders attacking, driving, no, and a whistle with 1:01 to go.
All the charge.
Offensive foul call on C.J. Saunders.
You know, that last shot from Holmes that went over the rim, air ball, he was a little too close.
That's what it was. Okay. You know, it looked good, though.
Yeah, it looked good. But he went around the arch.
Coach Matt Ramsdale in his first season here at Hillcrest, Simpsonville, South Carolina, for the Hillcrest Rams. One, Ray Allen, an alum. Layup, counted, and one. Didon, I will say, has played with a lot of heart so far in this contest, and that brings the lead down to 15, 32 to 17, and Didon will be going to the free throw line. He has 6 points today, and this will be his first free throw attempt. It is good, so he completes the three-point play.
Slowly but surely, they're trying to eat their way back into this game.
Well, if they use the fouls to their advantage, which they have blown here over the last 5 minutes, I'd have been attacking and getting to the free throw line, scoring without the clock, even at this juncture of the game. Hate to say it, slow the game down, junk the game up, extend the game, especially when you had a start of the nature in which they did. Jones, a long three, good. They are stroking in the three balls, folks, from distance. That is their 6th three ball here in this first half. A 35-point first half. Lester Gates say, I got one for you, too. Take that right there with you. Gonna try to keep them within striking distance. A drive and a float by Cowell. Got the roll. Good. And that will be the end of a very, very entertaining and electric first half, with the Hillcrest Rams holding a 37-21 lead over the Wellington Wolverines.
Seconds inbound pass to Marbury as he works on the defense of Johnson, dribbles by Robinson, takes it to the baseline, running jump shot, good! 2 seconds left.
Second half underway, and a driving hoop there by Cameron Piles, and Piles needed that. We're sorry we missed the first 2 minutes. Glad to be back here with you. Joel Hillsman, Anton Bennett, and Ken Jones. And all of a sudden, fellas, it got down to 12, and now it's at 9 after a 3 from Trent Frazier.
D-Don.
D-Don, okay. D-Don, again.
Oh, here comes Wellington again. Oh, they're in charge, though.
D-Don with that three-pointer. He has 7 points already here in this third quarter. 39-30, Hillcrest with the lead over Wellington. Hillcrest Rams out of South Carolina coming in at 9-1 in a Class 4A Region 1 school, averaging 65.2 points through the first 10 games and allowing 51.3. Wellington, a Class 8A school in Florida, District 9. They're coming in at 11-3, struggling here, have not led in this ball game at all, but now have began to make a push. Trail by as many as 19. They're down to 9 with an opportunity to take it a little bit closer. Here comes Frazier kicking it in the corner. Stop. Gates, a 3, no good. Rebound batted out of bounds, and it will go to Hillcrest. Referee a little too chill for me. Give me the signal. Let's go.
Hillcrest came out real lackadaisical from the second half. Wellington has the pressure on him. Kyle White has the ball on the wing. Hillcrest showing patience here.
Out of bounds and a turnover by Hillcrest. Hillcrest in the white, Wellington there in the black. Hillcrest white tops, white pants, blue numbers, little red trim. Wellington all in black, black tops, black bottoms, blue numbers, and then trimmed in white. So here is Frazier. Frazier trying to get it going. He's up to 5 points. There's a step back. The southpaw 3. It's going to be short. Rebound hit the floor, chase down, offensive rebound. And here's D-Don. D-Don driving down the lane. D-Don using everything he's got. It's up. No good. Ripping the rebound down is Piles. Piles now has it out of bounds, and it will stay with Wellington. Wellington now within striking distance with 4.5 to play here in this third quarter.
Yeah, they're in striking distance. You want to get it in single digits.
Here's Gates. Gates going to give it off. Nice roll action and one for Alex Didon. He has had himself one well of a third quarter now. Up to 9 points, and he'll be shooting a free throw to try and give him 10 in the quarter.
You know, if I'm Hillcrest right now, I need to just get back to what I know. Get back to what I know. Push the ball, get some good shots up, and play some good defense. But Wellington, they're bringing it.
Free throw is good. I'll use your analogy. They woke up. 6-point ball game, and Hillcrest has to call a timeout. Matt Ramsdale calls that timeout. 4:23 to go in what was a 19-point lead. It got up that high, 25-6. It is now 39-33. And Ken, we talked about it off air, but you said you know how that locker room conversation went. If you were Coach Matt Collin of Wellington, how did that locker room conversation go at the half?
It went just like this. Gentlemen, it's a long walk back to Wellington. If that's the way you want to do it, we go ahead and we don't get back in this game, we will be walking.
Walk?
You will be walking.
A walk?
A walk.
Good.
A walk. And don't come get your stuff either. Just
They
leave right
already
off the court.
thinking it's a long ride. You put in walk.
Yes. Don't come get your stuff. Keep the same uniform on, and y'all just go ahead and start the walk. That's it.
I want to add one quick tidbit. This second half started off, Hillcrest already had 6 turnovers. 6 turnovers already. Wellington won. The score shows it.
Yeah, we talked about that in the first half with the turnover situation. Hillcrest protected the ball, only a handful of turnovers there in that first half, but it was Wellington turning the basketball over. But I think right now who's inflicted himself into the ball game, Alex Didon. Didon has really interjected himself into the game. He has 10 points here in this third quarter, already 17 in the game. So he's accounted for 50%, a little more, for the scoring for this Wellington bunch. And there's a foul out high, and it will be a foul offensively on Hillcrest and a turnover, number 7.
Number 7.
Well, we'll set the lineups for you. Wellington on the floor, they have Sage Chin-Young, who will be inbounding the basketball, Trent Frazier, Alex Didon, along with Miguel Part, who saw spot duty in that first half, and now along with Lester Gates. Gates with 7 points in that first half as well for the Wellington Wolverines. So here is Shin-Young trying to feed the post, stolen. Bad pass on the post entry. Austin Cowell will take it away. Cowell goes behind the back and then fouled by Didon, who'll pick up his second. Didon threw his hands up looking around. Not pleased with the post entry passing from either team right now. You're feeding the post and the guy's fronting you almost with his back to you and steals the ball. They run their action now out on that baseline. There's the screen to Jones. Jones to Holmes, looking high-low. There he is, Massey. Good shape, move, up fake, off the window, no. Rebound, ripped down by Wellington. They come out on a break, long lead past the Gates. He couldn't corral it, tried to save it. They do save it, and then it's going to go back in there and a steal. A turnover for Wellington, and Holmes came away with the steal, just the recipient of the big man getting back defensively. Screen roll, not going to use it, a 3. It is off to the left. Rebound ripped down there by Lester Gates. Gates has been crashing the boards. I know he's up at around 5 or 6 now. Kick it to the top. A little tricky dribble, Didon. Didon fed it down. The shot is up, and the foul. Count it. And a hoop and harm for Kendall Massey, his first field goal of the game.
Talk about the tales of two halves here. Oh, man, look at this.
Right back in it.
Let me correct myself. That's Miguel Part with his first field goal of the day. And that pulls the lead down to 4, you guys. We were in a 19-point game in 2 different occasions in the first half. Going through the routine is Part. It is off, no good. Cameron Piles gets the rebound. It's a 4-point ball game. Hillcrest has had 2 leads of 19 at 2 different points, and now it's down to 4 with under 3 to go. Holmes, shot is up, no good, rolled off the rim. Ball is on the floor. They fight for it. They die for it. And Wellington is scrapping it away. The ref was in the way. Gives it up ahead to Shin-Young. Young on the right side. Young on a long cross-court pass. Frazier, a 3. No. Rebound, Gates offensively, kick it back out. Wild pass, it was corralled by Frazier. Frazier to Gates, a corner three. No good, they were itching for it there. Rebound gonna come down to Jones. Jones pass is gonna be taken away by Frazier. Frazier now crossing the timeline with the left hand. Frazier on the attack, bad pass. They follow it back up, Frazier good. Lucky than good sometimes, that's what my dad said it's better to be. 39-37, a timeout called by Hillcrest. Their 19-point lead is gone. It is down to 2, 39-37. The intensity defensively has picked up in this third quarter for the Wolverines.
Wow, I tell you, I'm Hillcrest. I'm their coach. I got to call another timeout. Okay, I'm with waste timeouts now to stop this run. So I got to do something. Oh, can you believe this?
Just like that.
Down, 2 points down.
And the thing about it here, we're coming up on 6 minutes gone by here with 2:12 to go. Hillcrest only 2 points here in this third quarter.
I tell you.
Hey, tell it to half, like you said.
Yeah.
Tell it to half. You know, I talked to
the Hillcrest coach gonna have to tell somebody walking home too. We got to do something. We got to change this.
Exactly right.
And see, that they don't have as much power, because then, you know, in this day and age, come pick me up. Coach said I had to walk. Joe Hillsman, glad to be here with you. Roebuck, South Carolina, on the campus of Dorman High School. Joe Hillsman, Anton Bennett, and Ken Jones here with you. SUVtv's coverage of the 2015 Farm Bureau Insurance Classic, the SUVtv.com. 2 minutes to go here, third quarter, in which has been owned by the Wellington Wolverines. Holding it on the right side now is Jones for Hillcrest. Gives it over to Holmes. Holmes has gone extremely quiet. Not cold, just quiet. Austin Cowell with the drive. The tip is no good. Rebound put back up off the window. No, Holmes got it. Why are you putting it on the floor, big man? That's one of my biggest pet peeves. As long as I've been broadcasting, when the big man get the ball right there, why are you putting it down on the floor? If you put it down on the floor like that, you better be ready to come through and dunk on everybody.
Yes, sir.
Jaquan Holmes at the free throw line. He has 12 points. All 12 of them came in that first half. He is 1 of 2 at the line, and now he is 2 of 3 as he gets his first scratch here in the second half.
Big man puts it back on the floor. Just gives guys like me an opportunity to get right and get that ball.
I'm a guard. It's nothing about my height. When I see the big man put that ball on the floor,
I'm coming.
I remember hearing one NBA player talk about it, an old school veteran. There's a three out of that corner by Trent Frazier. Yeah, he is. Look at the score. 40-40.
0-0.
Two 19-point leads, absolutely gone. Holmes' shot is no good. Here's a rebound. Here comes Frazier. Wellington on the break. Dumps it off. Layup up. Good. And the foul. Rudy Williams gets the layup, and Wellington has taken the lead 42-40, and they've got an old school and one coming up as Sage Shin Young will be shooting the free throw.
We need to run that tape back.
Let's see.
Somewhere in there.
No, they're not going to give him. Now, the official
out
here, they gave it on the pass. Well, he gave the counted signal. All right, so we still are in a tie ball game. Sorry about that, Rudy. They took your hoop from you. So there's a long three, front iron, no. Rebound hit the floor. Picked up now, and here comes Austin Cowell. Cowell pass up ahead, no. Miscommunication there. We're still tied at 40. That's the news. 40-40 ball game. 64 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hillcrest and Wellington. Wellington has never led in this game. They've got the ball, and they got Frazier bringing it into the full court. He'll be picked up by C.J. Saunders under a minute. They've trailed by 19 2 different times. All the way, layup good. They lead by 2. Frazier has turned it on in this third quarter. He and Alex Dedon, man, they are filling up the scorebook. At the top now, here's Cowell. Cowell going to feed it to Holmes. Holmes from behind, knocked away, and a foul. No, out of bounds. But I do agree with this with Hillcrest. Holmes, they didn't use him in that second, have not used him here in that third, and during that time, that's been the stretch where Wellington has got back in the ballgame.
Exactly right. Exactly right. You got to get back. Hey, you got to know where the bread's coming from, man.
Seems like they forgot.
And also, if you're a player of that nature and you've gone quiet, because I don't think he's cold. Now they tried to feed the post, but they are defending him better. That's what you do. Counting in a foul, Jaquan Holmes.
And one thing he did there, not bringing that ball down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kept it up, put it on the backboard.
And you can see the defensive adjustment, though, as they're coming on the backside, trying to double off that backside. trying to front on the front and then come with the double on the backside. And as you take a look at our SUVtv instant replay, Jawan Holmes now at the free throw line. He is 2 of 4 on the day. Got to work on that. He is 2 of 5, sitting there at 14 points, but we're tied at 42. Wellington finally did take the lead. Spinning, Gates, good. He started on the right and finished on the left.
Awful quiet in this quarter is C.J. Saunders.
Yep.
Yeah, Saunders has grown quiet. I think that's a lot, though, with the defensive adjustments. Cowell, a long three, no good. They tap it around out of bounds with 9/10 of a second. So Hillcrest has the opportunity to draw up something here, right here, at the end of the clock.
Holmes should be able to get a touch here, but right around the rim.
Yeah, that would be my play call. .9, you technically have enough time to catch it and shoot it.
A lot of confusion going on out there. Holmes is not going to get this ball.
Jumper by Jones, it is no good.
Just that play in itself, that dictates exactly what happened this third quarter.
Yep, a 5-point third quarter for the Hillcrest Rams. We move to the fourth, 44-42. Wellington storms back out in front.
Time for Riding Shotgun with a Gunslinger. Tough questions for football tough guy Brett Favre.
Dear Brett, I have a truck, so people always ask me to help them move. What should I do? First, go to favrates.com for a great auto quote from Farm Bureau. Then tell people you'll help them move as long as you can move in with them. Problem solved.
Great answer. Get your quote with local agents, great rates, and fast claims at favrates.com. From Farm Bureau Insurance.
Put the lights on the tree. Put them on the tree. Put them on the tree. Put the ribbon on the wreath. Put it on the wreath. Put it on the wreath. Put the lights on the tree. Put them on the tree. Put them on the tree. Put the lights on the tree.
We welcome you back to the Dorman Arena here in Roebuck, South Carolina. Joel Hillsman, I'm joined by Anton Bennett and Ken Jones. We begin the fourth quarter in a game that has gone from one direction to the other direction. Hillcrest will be starting it out. They are in the white, and they are trailing now 44-42. And a jump is good by Holmes. On Holmes, he may come to life now. We're tied at 44. Frazier's pass stolen by Austin Cowell. Cowell on the break. They got numbers. Layup good in transition to Cameron Powell.
See, I can tell you right now, somebody got their hips. Got their hips, lost them hips. Hillcrest came out a whole different way.
Oh.
Still got to stop the ball.
I'll let you take it, Joe.
Trent Frazier scooping and scoring with that left hand. I've always felt if you're a left-hander in basketball, you have an advantage.
Exactly.
And you should always be dominating. That's why I always wonder, where did they tell me all of these left-handed people play baseball? Baseball has the most left-handers than I ever know, and I ever can remember.
Left hand's good in baseball, too.
That's true. Well, since I have this one readily available, name the last NBA team that their starting lineup was all left-handed. I give you a clue. It has happened in the last year.
Spurs.
Spurs?
Well, would it be the Warriors?
Pistons.
Pistons, okay.
Before they traded up, before they cut Josh Smith.
Right.
The layup is good on the baseline by Alex Edom. Now, I said that, I got to remember who the fourth person was. Fifth person. Because you had Greg Monroe, Josh Smith, Brandon Jennings. Those were the three. I think it's 4 or 5 because Drummond is not left-handed.
Okay. Gotcha.
And KCP may have been starting. I think it's 4 or 5. I got to think about who the other person was. But they were the last, that's right, they were the last team to have 4 of the 5 starters for a game to be left-handed. There you go. That's why I don't do bar trivia.
Tell you, if you have two left-handers, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, 48-46 with 5:50 to go. Having fun here at Dorman Arena in an unseasonably warm South for it to be this close to the end of a year.
You're exactly right about that.
Oh, Frazier now being pressured by C.J. Saunders. Frazier in control, and now a foul call on Saunders on the pass. Saunders, I have him with his third. It'll be the team's 6th. Oh, no more fouls to give. Wellington used a little bit of that free throw line to get back in it. Didon's shot was deflected. Holmes going to come away with it, and now here is Saunders. Saunders pushing it up ahead, down the lane, scooping, layup, no foul on the way up. And let's see, will they get Brown or will they get Gates? Let's see. They hit Gates with the foul. So C.J. Saunders will go to the free throw line where he's 1 of 3.
If I'm not mistaken, this might be C.J. Saunders' first points of the second half, maybe?
C.J. Saunders scratched the book. Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah, see.
That's his 11th point, and he is 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Goes through his free throw routine, sticks the second one up in there, good. So he stroked them both in there, and we are tied at 48. We already standing up. We might have to sit down and buckle up. 48-48, 5:22. Wellington in the black with the ball, holding it with that arm. He gets that screen from Brown, now swings it over to Gates. Coach Matt Collin across the way, yelling out the instructions. And now here is Gates. Gates worked on by Holmes. Holmes now going to show us that the big man can get out and use his defense on the perimeter.
Pass.
Pump fake. Didon tried to get it in the pocket. Shot is good. By Sage Chin.
That's good patience there. Great patience on the pass.
Sage Chin Young with the float, and Sage quietly has 6 points in the contest and a Wellington lead of 2. That's been their biggest lead. They took the first lead at 42-40 after trailing by 19 on 2 different occasions. In the corner, a corner three, no. It was long by Piles. Rebound corralled by Wellington. The Wolverines on the break. Frazier to Gates. Gates layup, good. And Gates comes back with the steal with 4:20 to go. Gates now coming in, and a foul will be called on Kenneth Jones, and that one happened just in front of us, fellas. I think that was a little tacky right there. 52-48. They call it on Jones, and now Wellington will lay their foundation for the rest of the game at the foul line on each foul call.
Want to add my tidbit again. 12-4. Second half turnover.
Second half turnover. Yep, 48-52 is the score. Back iron, no good. Gates on the front end of the 1-and-1.
Man, lost the ball there. Got it.
Another turnover. There's Didon. Didon lost it, recovered it, put it up with the left hand. No, got it back. Up, no. You see what I like? Hillcrest a little upset they didn't get the turnover or the traveling call. Didon kept playing, and that's you see what happened. Another offensive rebound, goes back up strong and was fouled.
Wellington has all the momentum right now.
All the momentum.
Yeah, they've got a lot of that momentum, and Alex Didon listed at 6'3", plays a lot bigger than that, it seems. So he is going to the free throw line where he is 2 of 2 on the day. First one, in and out, no.
I'm looking at the Hillcrest bench. They seem a little perplexed at this time. Coach is wondering what's to do. I'm sure that's not the case, but they'll figure it out.
Free throw rolled in for Alex Didon, and the lead now pushed out to 5. The biggest lead for the Wellington Wolverines is a 5-point game. Jones recovers the back pass, now to Holmes. Holmes steps, moves, shot up, count it, and a foul. Yes, indeed, Jaquan Holmes. And we've seen now when Hillcrest needs a hoop, Holmes is there to give him one.
Oh, yeah. They got to feed the beast down there. Holmes. You know, you got C.J. Saunders. He's your penetrator. He's the one who's going to get the ball to the rim. But Holmes is the one that's going to get you those easy and one tries.
And he's played with a lot of energy today. Free throw good, completing the three-point play. That pulls them down to within 2 at 53-51. Gates catches the pass into the forecourt on the left side, dumped it off, layup to Brown, good, counted in a foul. Nick Brown and one.
Great transition there.
Yeah, easy bucket. They have been unselfish most of the night. We have not seen a lot of one-on-one from Wellington or forced shots. They just weren't getting the shots to fall earlier, and Hillcrest was kind of had them going downhill a little bit. Hillcrest was on Wellington, but they righted that ship. Free throw, no good. Rebound comes down to Austin Cowell.
Loses the ball.
Another Hillcrest turnover. We come up with 3:35 to go, fourth quarter. Joel Hillsman, Ken Jones, and Anton Bennett. Glad that you are with us as we get ready to close out our first game here in the winner's bracket. It is Wellington and Hillcrest, and it has been a very interesting contest as D-Don driving, scoring again, and one. Alex D-Don putting on a show. I turn my head and look to see if there are some coaches here, because if they are, they're going to be pleased with this young man's effort today.
Yeah.
You're exactly right on that. He turned it up the second half.
24 points in the contest so far, and of those 24, he has 17 of them here in this second half. He has 22 points, 23 points. Makes that free throw. And shot the free throws well today. 4 of 5, 80%.
7-point game here.
That was a little bit of the coaching coming out of me there.
Foul, no good. Ain't nothing wrong with that coaching coming out. Let's see, is that Saunders going to go to the line? It will. C.J. Saunders back to the free throw line.
I just don't understand. He had number one wide open.
Yeah, standing right next to him.
Standing right next to him.
Yeah, almost turned it over 5 seconds, but.
Exactly.
Saunders with 12 points in the game, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. They'll make it 4 of 6. And 13 points in the contest. It is a 6-point Wellington lead after trailing by 19 twice. I'm going to remind you of that. Free throw, good.
As Saunders goes, that's the same way Hillcrest is going to go. Need to get him the ball. What they call
Timeout, yeah. Saw the trap across the way, and Coach Collin came out and called a 30-second timeout charge to the Wellington Wolverines. This is the 2015 Farm Bureau Insurance Classic right here, SUVtv. We are out of the timeout. Wellington with a 5-point lead and the basketball as we are under 3 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Frazier gives it over to Chin Young. Sage Chin Young has a count on him from home, so he kicks it over to D-Don. So D-Don will hold it, and they'll look now to eat on some of that clock just a little bit with 2:35 to go. Hillcrest will try to get a steal or a count. If neither of that works after a while, then you got to bring out the hack. Frazier must be careful here near the midcourt line. He almost stepped on it with that left foot. 2:20, less than that. 5-point ball game. D-Don. Hillcrest trying to get a count on. There's a trap, unable to use it. Nothing is going to the basket right now at the moment for Wellington. Everything high and above the perimeter and spaced out. And a foul now on C.J. Saunders with 1:58 to go.
I'm going to go back a little bit to that timeout that Wellington just called. I kind of don't like that timeout because I want to go back to the college days where the player has to call that timeout. Coach bailed them out. You know, they had a good defensive trap going on. In the college game now, they have to use their own. The player has to call the timeout. Coach can't call it.
In the college game, I like that.
Yeah.
Because the coaches already have enough power in the college game anyway. Free throw, up and in good. You just, the coach has enough power. I'm okay with that. The next move hopefully will be the quarters as well.
Yeah.
As I know watching the women's game, it is a lot more fluid, especially for the women's game. It's got that pro feel to it. You still see some of the same college sets and those type of things, but the flow of the game, it's a quarters game. Basketball wasn't made to be played long break, long. It's a game of runs.
Exactly.
That's why it's kind of broke up that way. Ball on the floor, scramble for it, and a timeout called by Wellington, a full timeout, and they exuberate with energy off of the bench as they now have a 7-point lead with 93 seconds to go.
Anton, who called that timeout?
That player called the timeout.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I left it alone. I'm glad. That's why I like working with them. I let them handle that one right there. I knew that's where that one was going.
Yes, sir. That was a good heads-up call by a player. You know, being in the game.
Exactly.
In the game.
And taking it out of the referee's hand.
Exactly.
Wow, can you believe it? It's 53-60, 1 minute, 33 seconds to go.
Yeah, it was two 19-point leads, both of them in the first half. Yeah.
So if you went to sleep or you left early, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, and it was a 16-point lead at the half. The difference that third quarter, and I mean, Wellington has just gotten stronger ever since they only scored 4 points in that first quarter, 17 in that second. And then in 13, they had 7. They had 23 in the third. But of those 23, 17 of them were from Frazier and 19 of them were from Frazier and Dedon. Alex D. What's his nickname? AD. Foul from behind by Cameron Piles, and now the march to the free throw line will begin for the Wellington Wolverines. Next game coming up here, right here, SUVtv live from the Dorman Arena. It will be the Spartanburg Vikings taking on the Gainesville, Florida Hurricanes. The Spartanburg Vikings, a county school, much like Dorman here in Spartanburg County, upstate South Carolina, where everything is finer. That's what they say.
Everything is working for Wellington. Everything.
That too, my friend.
Oh, man.
62-53. They have flipped this ball game upside down, seriously. Saunders, a three. Couldn't get the roll tip in good. Powell with the tip.
But they left him down court. There he is.
Easy layup, yep. Sage Chin Young kind of just been quiet, playing his role and getting buckets when they come his way. 64-55. As we come up on 1 minute, there's a float good by Powell and a quick timeout right above 1 minute. 1:01 to go here in this contest, which is now a 6-point ball game. Wellington with the lead, 64-57. So now, if you're Hillcrest, you're in the huddle. How long is it before you take the foul?
Immediately. I mean, they have to get him now. Let's hope that we get some guys that aren't shooting well at the foul line, but Wellington hasn't missed that many foul shots this half. So
I'm gonna go for the steal first. Try to get the steal first. Don't get the steal, then we immediately foul it. But I want to try to get that steal turnover. Yeah,
I'm right there with you. And here's the thing: you can play with them. You still have 2 more fouls where they're going just for the 1-and-1. So you can strategically use that however you would like to.
3-possession ball game right here.
It was a pleasure to work with you guys. I know Marcus didn't warn you. I'm a hoop head.
Oh.
No problem.
So that's something you got to do. Yeah, there's your foul. Less than 2 seconds. Foul in the backcourt. Massey with the foul.
See, 3 possessions. So they can take up. I mean, Wellington has good enough guards that they can take up that much time. So you're going to need 3 possessions to even get back 1 point. So as we see, they fouled quickly.
I still will reach for the ball, try to steal it out.
Oh, he reached. He reached.
Free throw is good by Gates. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the rule of thumb. Go for the steal first, and if you don't get it, then foul. Some coaches will say go for the steal twice, unless it's a trap. Now, if it's a trap and you can't get him, then boom, somebody knock his head off. But that's what you have to do, knock his head off in the sports context. Both free throws good from Gates. Push the lead back out to 9, and now Hillcrest needs bombs. There's one from Powell, front iron, no. Rebound, put back up and in. Got the roll. Counted and the foul. Austin Cowell, his third field goal of the game. He has 6 points.
Try through the hard way.
They still count the same?
Yes, sir.
Only took a few seconds off the clock.
Exactly. 49 and 4/10 seconds on the game clock. Cowell, the left-hander, free throw, rotating, fell off, tip, no. Rebound comes down to Dowdell. Dowdell's pass over to Frazier. Frazier now being bum rushed and fouled by Powell. And Powell fouled him in the backcourt with 43 and 4/10 seconds. And it will still be the 1-and-1 now for Trent Frazier, who on the day is 3 of 4 from the free throw line. But I think, guys, for us, the changing point of this game, the first 5 minutes of the third quarter.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And that bus ride home. I'm trying to tell you.
Free throw short, no good.
You have to use Pat and Charlie to get home. Huh?
Yeah, man.
Well, I will come to the defense of them. Hey, everybody play tomorrow, so if they walk home, they ain't got to go that far. There's a wonderful hotel accommodations. Free throw is good by Frazier. Frazier pushes the lead back out to 8 now, 67 to 59. There's a long three, no good. Gates gets the rebound with 36 seconds. And let's see, Wellington will give it across, and will Hillcrest give another foul? Nick Brown will have another layup.
Oh,
wow.
No. Okay.
Traveling violation on Nick Brown.
And that's just their 5th turnover.
And he looking around like he didn't walk. Took all them little bunny hops. Behind the step, Saunders a 3, no good. Rebound is blocked. He'll go to the free throw line. Nick Brown will get hit with the foul. And going to the free throw line will be Austin Cowell. Cowell, 0 of 1. He missed earlier here, and he had the opportunity for the three-point play.
The absence of C.J. Saunders' second half also has a lot to do with how this game turned out.
I will give you that. No field goals in this second half. Only 4 points, all of them from the free throw line. 14 in the game for C.J. Saunders.
I've been watching Hillcrest for a while now. Going into homes, that was something new. I hadn't seen that in about 14 games for them. I've seen C.J. Saunders go for it, though, but that was something I guess they picked up something on that.
Yeah, whatever they do, they need to use it. I like the start he got them off too. And then once they, I'm not gonna say, like I said, I'm not gonna say he got cold. I just don't think they involved him as much. And once that happened, early in that third quarter, and Frazier and Didon got going, it was trouble. Wellington fouled in the backcourt. The foul will be on Austin Cowell with 16 and 3/10 seconds. So right now we're just playing the academics of this ball game. But I must say, overall, I am impressed, specifically with Trent Frazier and with Alex Didon, because they seized the moment. And that's what, if you're a key player, you're a big-time player, coming out of the half down 16, and to get your team in striking distance right there before the end of the quarter, and then to lead at the end of the quarter, very impressive.
Very, very impressive.
Showed a lot of patience. I mean, it seems like that patience was it for him.
We don't use this word much, especially at the high school level, but they showed poise.
Yeah,
they never were rattled. They never were frustrated. They never started questioning the refs. They kind of was like a horse in a race. He had the blinders on. They were tunnel vision.
They knew it was 3 more quarters to go. Then they knew it was 2 more quarters. Now we're here, end of the game.
Yeah, end of the game, at the line shooting free throws. Rudy Williams strokes it in. And this now, they've got 68 points, and this is after scoring only 4 in the opening quarter.
Exactly.
Free throw, good.
They put it through.
65 points over the last 3 quarters so far. 13 seconds to go. A long 3. Powell is deflected out of bounds. No good. Kyle Garrett deflected it out of bounds for Hillcrest. And let's see. Taking a look there at Coach Matt Ramsdale to see if he gives the signal. He does. He says no foul. So all Frazier has to do is walk it across the timeline. You got to get it across. It was 9.9. Know the rules, son. Come on, get the ball. Oh, he gonna give it to the ref and let him get away with it. It is a 69-60 victory for the Wellington Wolverines over the Hillcrest Rams right here from the 2015 Farm Bureau Insurance Classic. Got some quick numbers here. Let's go 12, 14, 17 points in the ball game for Trent Frazier. For D-Don, he had 18 in the second half, 23, 25 in the contest. And then Jawan Holmes, he had 15, 17, 19, 20 for Hillcrest. Final score again, 69-60, Wellington over Hillcrest. Coming up next, it'll be Gainesville, Florida, and Spartanburg right here, the SUVtv.com.